Hello all and welcome back to day 6. Just going to be playing fairly nitty today, 4 tables. Obviously had a pretty good day yesterday, as you can see. Won a free roll tournament that you get for signing up. So yeah, I'm just trying to unlock the cash tickets that I got. The cash ticket that I got when I signed up free. Got to hit 750 flops, and currently we've seen 330, so we need to see about 400 more, 420 more. So yeah, I'm just going to be playing pretty solid today. As soon as we've unlocked this money, we should have about 170 euros, maybe a bit more. So then I'm going to start moving up to the NL10 games, I think. Maybe throwing a few tournaments. As always, if you want to sign up and follow along with the challenge, you get 10 euros free for signing up, plus a 500 euro bonus. Click the links in the description. Also, actually, as you can see here, we've got a few challenges where we can get a €1 MTT ticket reward for that, and an extra reward for that by doing these. So I'm going to play 2 seats sit and go and some 5 seats sit and goes. So I'm just going to throw these in. So I've just joined a $1 one. That's all I need to do. I'm just going to play that on the side, so you won't be able to see that table, but we'll be playing it. Just going to see what he does on the river here. Happy to check it behind. Yeah, the flush draw. Fair enough. Yeah, pretty nice flop here. Just going to go ahead and bet it big. Try and get the money in as quick as possible. Just fold. Maybe I went too big there. Probably always best to go too big than too small. So just playing pretty solid, folding the 5 jack. Not doing anything silly today. Just gonna try to have a pretty solid hour session. Let them play at me, and hopefully just take down some money from bad play by them rather than going out and chasing the money. I think after a big win like we had yesterday, it's easy to go and think that you can just crush everything, play too many hands. So I'm just going to try and keep it very, very under control today. Jack's obviously raise up fairly big on the button. I say it's fine to raise here when it's folded round to us, and I'm just going to bet out on this flop. A lot of the time, CBEX takes it down, doesn't here, so I'm just going to give up pretty much, unless we hit something. As he bets so small, I'm going to call. I think I'm behind. I probably don't even have the odds, but I just want to, sometimes good just to see a river. Yeah, so I do fold. Yeah, maybe I could have just folded that turn, but sometimes I like to try and bink a river. Especially when people price you in like that. Maybe I wasn't 100% priced in, but it was close. So same again here, just going to c-bet. And take it down. Ace-5, I'm happy just to check. Hit an okay flop. Yes, anyone thinking of signing up to this site, it's sort of very simple, easy to use site. A decent standard of play, but easily beatable. Got some good bonuses, good deals, so I definitely recommend it. I know a lot of people who play on stars a lot, and I think if you came to this site, you could definitely see an increase in your profits just by playing on this site, just because of the bonuses, and the level of play is less than that of stars. You get a lot of people playing lots of tables who are very experienced on stars, even at the low levels. I could raise ace-3, it doesn't really matter much. I'm just going to go fairly big here with these aces. So these low levels bigger is probably always better. Hit straight here on this heads up table that I was playing off the screen. I'm just going to get it all in. And I get called of 2 pair, and I take that down. So that's nice. Good to complete the challenge. Oh, no, cancel, hold on. Yeah, so should have completed this challenge. Oh no, we haven't. Let's have a look at this. So that should be completed soon, and then we've just got these to do. Oh, there we go. Let's have a look then. So I've completed that. Need to complete a 5-seater and play in a tournament. Also, I'm playing 2 more 2-seaters. So I think I might do that a bit towards the end of the session and actually show me playing those. I think. We'll have a see. We'll see how I feel. Might be interesting to see a different style of play. As he raises there, I'm happy to give that up. The top pair here, 2 players and quite a wet flop. So I'm just going to bet it reasonably big. Don't want people with draws calling and getting the price to call. Hit 2 pair now and I'm pretty sure I'm ahead. So I'm just going to look to get the money in on the river. Set up a shove on the river. Obviously he folds fair enough. Don't want to price those draws in with flush draws and straight draws in. So that could be good here, but I don't think there's much value betting. I could bet 4 cents maybe, but it's debatable. Probably don't get called by much that I'm beating. So yeah, I hit an 8 here, nothing to get too excited about. Especially when he gets massive like that. No point trying to defend. King 10 with buttons, nice hand. So yeah, fold round to a standard open. Don't hit anything on the flop, but I think I still see bet this sort of flop. Fairly comfortable there. As I've said in previous videos, the a lot of the time at this level, and many levels to be honest, a standard raise pre-flop and then c-bet the flop usually can take it down. Happy to go to 12 here. I want to get as many people in the pot as possible, but also want to try and generate a pot, so when I do hit my set I can bet for value. I don't hit, but it's a relatively dry flop. Obviously there's a straight draw there. Again, I'm just going to c-bet. Raise with ace king here. A bit worried about the 4x, but not too worried. Not worried enough that I'll raise with ace king. Obviously just going to c-bet this flop. I've still got 2 over cards. And there you go, fairly simple. So yeah, I've hit an 8 and I'm just going to bet. Protect my hand, really. Obviously I'm not going to go too far with it as it was limp pot pre, but definitely want to protect that hand. King 9 I'm going to raise. Again, I could just fold that c-bet in when I special it to middle pair. And there you go, take it down again. Simple stuff. Keeping it simple today. Hit 2 pair again, not going to get too excited because it's the bottom 2 pairs and it's a limp pot again, but I'm just going to protect my hand. So I'm just going to load up another heads up saying go to try and complete this challenge. So yeah, I've probably said in previous videos that you shouldn't go chasing challenges because a lot of the times these websites set up challenges to entice you to go and chase challenges, which will help them to earn money and rake. But I think at these low stakes $1 sit and goes, even heads up, I've got an edge. So just adding the extra bonus I get for completing the challenge, it's definitely plus EV. So I'm happy to do it. So just pick your challenges wisely. Don't go chasing challenges that you don't think you can complete, because that's just beneficial for the company and not beneficial for you. He raised it. I'm just going to get rid of that. Playing sensibly today. Could call, could raise. Any of them are there are fine. Just got into a flip here, and it hits on the river. That's a shame. I got it in good when I was on the flop, so pretty happy with that. Again, like I've said in previous videos, we shouldn't go looking at results. We should go looking at how you played it. So I lose that one, but I'm pretty happy that I got in the money good. I'm going to play another one, my last one, to complete the challenge. So he's gone. I said I don't like going to flips, and I think a lot of the time he could have a flush draw, but with top 2 pair, it's too strong to fold. I'm heading into flush draws as well. He could have a lot of 2 pairs. Oh, he has the pocket 3. So we get unlucky there. So I think I played it perfectly, really. There's no way I can be considering doing anything else with that hand. So I'm just going to rebuy to the maximum. Okay, so he has a 7. That's. I thought he might have that. I should have probably not called the river or jammed earlier. Oh well, a couple of bad hands, but we move on from that. This one was unlucky. This one should have probably tried to look to get the money in a bit sooner, not let him see a river, and then probably folded the river when he does that. We can't play all hands perfect. That's another side to the game, is that when you don't play a hand perfect, the best is to just brush it off and play the next one like you would normally, not start trying to play differently to get money back. And if you are consistently making bad decisions, then the best thing to do is just to sit out, come back another day. Don't think those two are terrible decisions though. This one was just unlucky. I think this one was a good decision, just unlucky. Okay, so I've got this guy. You do get these at low stakes. He's just jammed on me every single time. And I've been folding. And now I call with jacks and I win. Still got some money left. So you can get a lot of these low levels where people will just literally shove and they're just playing for sort of fun. It's €1, it's nothing to them. They're just happy to get the money in, and you can really make some money off these people. Because these euros, even though they seem small at the time, they can quickly add up to sort of 4, 5, 6 euros. And obviously every little helps. Especially when you're starting out, you should focus more on just the winning rather than the money involved. Because you're not going to make loads to start with, but so you should just be happy to win, whether it's for €1, €1 or €10 or €100. Guys just shoved on me every time. Got him crushed this time, and I win. That's a good game. So not going to play another. So I'm up a bit on those anyway. I played 3, 1, 2. Hopefully this and all for 3 days in a row. Oh, I've read the mission wrong, so that's a bit of a shame. At least I made a profit from it, but to play once of these for 3 days in a row, so come back and play one tomorrow. Then hopefully the next day. So I'm going to play 5 seats sit and go. That's what I need to do. Again, just €1. Just completing these challenges. I'm not going to not going to play on in games which I'm not used to. I mean, I might start playing some sit and goes if I want to change up a bit, but just for now, I just want to complete the challenge, so that's the main aim. So Queen Kings go down. I'm going to raise this, obviously. Yeah, pot flop comes again. Just going to see bet it. Hopefully hit a 10. If I take it down a lot of time again, I took it down again. No real challenge. Aces, not the best position for aces, but they're aces, so it's good. Want to raise? Come on, someone raise us. Raise. Against these sort of players, a lot of people like to call flips, and they might call, say, jacks here. On this sit and go table, you can see we've got straight. Okay, so we're just going to hold. Yes, perfect. Yeah, with that, I'm not saying that was a good shove particularly, but at these levels, I've either got to call there, I think, or shove, because a raise looks really, really strong, I think, at this level. And I think for a lot of people, I don't know the Blondie again specifically, I don't know how they play, but a lot of people at this level like to call flips because that's sort of, they're in it for the fun rather than the money, and calling flips is always fun. Calling all ins, I mean, is always fun. So they might call when they think they're flipping, maybe even pocket twos, or I don't know, loads of hands they probably call with, when I shove, and my shove looks a lot like, maybe a high card ace, or, various range, whereas when I think I 4-bet, it looks like aces. I could call there pre, but I think when someone does 3-bet at this level, again, unless they're just a some fish, they've often got a decent hand, so I think by shoving there, I put them to a really tough decision. Obviously, there with queens, depends on what his opinion of me is, but I don't think it's a terrible call by him. But again, I don't know. I think the other day I called with queens in that when someone shoved and they had like aces. So I don't think it's a terrible call either way. But I think a lot of players at this level will call even with things down to 9s and 10s, even 8s, things like that, because people like to flip. It's fun. So yeah, we've got a bit of our money back that we've lost on these two tables. So back to where we want to be. Okay, so again, with King Queen, just going to bet. Probably good here, but I don't think I get much value from anything worse. Maybe a flush draw, and now I'm just going to bet for value. Just maybe a call with a worse queen, pocket pairs, things like that. He folds, so obviously must have had literally nothing, almost nothing. If you do like these videos and you're enjoying them, please make sure you click a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more, you want to watch the series and be notified, then click the subscribe button. We've already got 19, I think, so far, which is really positive to say it's only day 6 of the challenge now. But yeah, so if you do, and if you are getting involved yourself, make sure you sign up below, the link below. And if you do sign up and you have a good run, or you would like to share some hands, then make sure you tweet us or comment, get in touch. Be good to hear. I think it's good to help with when you're playing a game like poker, where it's a one person game, to share ideas and share things with other players. It always helps, especially if you're going through a bad period, or it really helps to share your ideas. And maybe there's just one little thing that you're doing wrong that you could tweak, and suddenly it changes. So definitely sharing ideas. I mean, I make these videos, but I also watch loads on Twitch. I watch YouTube, loads of different places. I'm always watching videos when I'm not playing, and it just, I pick up little things. Even if you watch an hour's worth and you pick up one little thing, that could really change your game. Queen Jack. I'm just gonna raise up, limper. He folds. See, often when people limp, it's just dead money there, so you can raise up and take it down. And even if they do call, they're so weak that most times a C-bet will take it away from them. Like here, got to be wary that he's short stacked. But 8th. I was just commenting on this hand 8-3. I'm doing okay in this 5-seater. I'm chip leader, I think, or just about, maybe second. I think top 2 are paid, so hopefully if I can get a cash in that, then that's extra money, and also I've completed that, well, nearer to completing that challenge, which gets me, just have another look, gets a €1 sit-and go ticket and a €2 UO ticket. I'm not sure what that is, but I assume it's some sort of tournament. UniBet Open that will be, so satellite to the UniBet Open. That would be cool if I could use that €2 and get all the way to UniBet Open. That would be another moneymaker story, but we'll see. All from nothing again. So I hit trip. Oh, not trips, 3 of a kind, sorry. Some people get really annoyed when you say that wrong. So I hit 3 of a kind, bet out. Doesn't call, but I'm happy that just about there. Tempting to call this. I'm just going to call because I think I was splitting. Be annoying if this guy tries to make a bluff here. Yeah. I should have probably just folded. Oh dear. Oh well. Well played if you did have a bluff. If not, then why didn't you bet another earlier street? Maybe I should have called then. Oh, I don't know. So I'm just calling with this Queen King. Maybe I could raise, but you get yourself in a bit of trouble. Sometimes around like Queen King, especially when he 4x's. Suddenly I'm going to have to go quite big. I've got a big flop, and if I miss and I'm out of position, betting into a big pot, it can get a bit sticky. So sometimes nice when you're out of position to keep the pots relatively small. In position, happy to raise and put them in awkward spots when they call and the flop comes in there first to act, but as I didn't have position, then I'm not going to do that. This guy has raised, I called, and now he's bet 400 into a 350 pot. And because it's sit and go, and I'm going to have to fold it almost, I think. That's a horrible fold. Slightly annoying there. when people bet out so big, it's a bit random, and if I call, then suddenly he shoves the turn, and I'm put in a horrible spot, so probably just best to get out of the way and see if he does that again. If he does it another time, then we can make a read on him, but at the moment, don't have anything on him. Yeah, I'm just going to bet this quite big. It's got a gut shot. I've got two over cards. Position. Got it all. So I'm not sure how well we're doing this session. I think we lost €4 here. I'm not going to spell that. I think we lost a couple of euros here, but we're up about 6 here, including this. So it's not all bad. Obviously, you earn about €1 playing heads up, and maybe you're going to earn some money playing this 5-man. Oh, it's split pot. That's fair enough. So, alright then, we not many hands to talk about at the moment. Nothing on here either. Still about chip leader in this table. Blinds getting pretty high on this 5-seater sit and go. So definitely getting to the stage where I'm just going to be playing very nitty. Yeah, I'm not calling that with a gut shot. Again, nothing really, anything special, just another C-bet, another taking it down. Not been many hands to analyse particularly. A lot of them have been fairly played themselves. For ace, I can definitely raise on the button when it's suited. Again, a C-bet. Maybe C-bet's quite big at this level as well. Just make sure that people can't call and try and, just call with anything. Make sure that, if they do call a C-bet, then you can sort of say, oh, well, they've probably got something because, they're not going to call that with absolutely nothing. So I call with this queen and hit an okay. Don't see the point in betting out because I'm not going to get called unless he's got a jack. So I'm just going to check and let him bluff it. It's probably a good hand to bluff at. I could have maybe called that, but I think most of the time it's best to let him bluff at that. Because I only get called by jacks there when we're splitting, really, unless he thinks I'm bluffing. Well, he could think I'm bluffing, so maybe I could have bet that. Sometimes I think it's a habit of mine just to make my action really quickly when I need to, take a breath, wait a couple of seconds, and really make my decision properly. But I don't think it was a terrible decision to check, because if he does raise and decide to sort of weirdly bluff me, it does put me in a kind of awkward spot, because there are hands that beat me, like the flush, and I think a better straight can beat me. I think 10 ace it was, I think. Maybe or something like that. So a better straight could have beat me. So I don't know. I don't think it was a terrible thing to do, to check. Okay, so I hit 3 of a kind on this table. I'm just going to bet it out strongly. I hit 4 of a kind. Hope Beggy's got the king. I'm just going to keep betting it. I think he had the king. He must have had the king to do that, I reckon. That was pretty sick. Maybe I should have shoved the river, but I think when I shove it, if he's got a king, it's hard call because the ace comes, so I don't know, makes it a harder call than betting hard and leaving him with some behind way. Probably has to call a king. Waiting for the hand history to come up so I can see if he had a king, that what he had that hand. I'm guessing a king. So multi-way into this sort of flop, I'm not going to see bet because a lot of the time I get people have got something. Obviously a heads up, and it's a scary board. I'm just going to bet. I'm all in on this table. Guys limped. We're just over 10 bigs deep. Not really much, pretty standard play. Please don't snap with like 2s or something. I hate when people do that. So I'm chip leader in the sit and go, which is decent. I think top prize is about €3-4 or something. So yeah, that would be nice to take that down. Oh, sick hand on this table. So I'm trying to get the hand history for this to see if he had a king in there, but in the other hand where I had quads, but doesn't seem to want to let me. Should come up soon now. So let's go up here. Okay, so pretty decent turn. Bit scary though, so I want to make my bet big. If he's got a flush draw, he'll probably call, but I want to make it try and price him out calling. Just checking with King 4 hit a pretty much perfect flop. Just going to bet out. So yeah, I can't seem to get the end history, but I'm guessing he had a king hand. Just raising this big with nines. I'm out of position, so I want to put pressure on him, so make it an easy c-bet. Pretty annoying that they both call, but I'm still going to c-bet. Just for protection, but also for value. I think as the turn comes now, it's kind of hard to get any more value out of him. When he checks there, I think I'm probably good, but I'm not going to bet because it's quite hard for him to call with many worse. So yeah, we take that down again. So doing okay. I'm all in here. Ace 9 on the button. Perfect to shove. Get fold around. So yeah, when you chip leader on these sort of sit and goes, I think it's you know, you don't want to be too silly. You don't want to be trying to just get all the chips because you don't need all the chips to win. Well, I mean, you do in the end, but you want to go into heads up, be a chip leader. You want to play aggressive, obviously, but not getting too silly. Once you've got, once you've locked up, probably going to be a cash. You don't, you want to go for the top prize, but you don't want to just, spew your chips off trying to knock everyone out because it's not your job to knock everyone out. Let the people who are on fewer chips try and knock each other out. But at the same time, you want to be putting pressure on people in good spots to make sure they can't creep back up and start applying pressure on you. So yeah, it's a pretty solid session so far today. I think that's all you need at these levels. I think a couple maybe with Mova sessions. First couple of sessions were really solid and good. Maybe started to play a bit of a wider range, a bit too wide, I think, for this level. But yeah, it's all about just finding that balance between not being completely obvious with your decisions by playing too few hands, but not playing so many hands that you start to not become credible, and your c-bets stop getting through as often, and just makes it harder to make money. Flop a straight draw with my 10, but not much money in the pot so far, and I'm not too interested. Happily just fold that. Okay, just a lot of hands I'm just folding. Just going to switch this up for this sit and go table for the time being. I think this sit and go table should be a bit more interesting. This late stage, I'll try and take this down. This is under 10 bigs here. I've got an A, I've got ace 3. Maybe borderline, but I think I want to put pressure on him there. I'm not going to play 5. No. Oh dear. Okay, so I just want to look at the position. So first prize is €3 10. Second prize is €1.55, which is only just a bit above. It's just a bit above your buy-in, so and they're not that great, these tournaments. I mean, I guess if you play quite a few of them and you get top, and you start crushing them, they're all right, but there's quite a lot of rake, I think, in them. Just depends what you prefer. I probably prefer cash games a bit more. The rake's a bit more hidden, I think, in cash games as well, because it's sort of taken more regularly, but smaller. Whereas these are sort of it's quite a big amount, I think. Although actually, right, so that's early. In this one, I'm crushing him, which is good. So I'll take that down on heads up. So let me just think about this rake. At the moment, 155 plus 310 is 465. So 35 rake. So it's about 6 cent rake. The rake in these actually really good, I'd say, compared to some other sites. But you gotta be good at different types of the game. You know, cash. You gotta be good at mainly sort of 100 big blind play poker with with 6 players most of the time. Whereas these, you've got to be good at all different levels. And obviously with different players, to win these, you can't just be good with 6 players. You got to be good with all sorts of 6, 5, 4, 3, and even heads up. You've got to be decent with. The 9 is a pretty scary card for him, so I'm going to bet this. It also is a good card for me because it gives me an open-ending straight draw. So it's depending on what we can do. We can even shove the river as a bluff as well. So these are sort of good cards to bluff. It's quite an interesting hand that is. These are sort of good cards to bluff. A lot of people think bluffing is sort of randomly just randomly throwing your money in, hoping that he'll fold. But a lot of time you need to sort of semi-bluff, which means it is a bluff. I had nothing there. I had jack high, but at the same time, there's chances for me to have a scary card for me to bluff the river or also hit my hand. And second to having semi-bluff, which is hitting your hand, it's also good to bet on a scary card. So, for example, things like aces and kings are quite good to bet on because they really do. If someone has a top pair, an ace and king. If you have an ace, suddenly you're miles ahead. So I don't know if I explained that very well, but hopefully people get the idea that you don't want to just be bluffing completely randomly. You want to have an idea and a theory behind why you're bluffing. So 10 jack here is pretty good and fine to open. Can also talk a bit about heads up play. We're about even now. So I want to be opening quite a lot of buttons. I don't think I've been aggressive enough on the buttons so far on this table. Really important to have position in heads up. Well, in any sort, but heads up especially. Queen jack, well, he's folded to me. So until he starts playing back, I'm going to start playing pretty much every button. And then as soon as he starts raising and putting pressure on me, then I can start changing my opening range accordingly. But a lot of these players at the low levels, they'll almost play as if they're playing 6 max, but heads up, and that's where you can make money. So if you feel like you're good at all levels of all different forms of poker, whether it's 6 max or heads up, then these sit and goes might be really good for you. But just depends what you prefer. Probably happy to get this in heads up with top pair, top kicker. Just depends, I guess, on how he plays this, what comes on the turn. Not a very nice turn for us. 5 suddenly now is the best hand. Not the worst, but there's a lot of 2 pairs there he could have as well. Now he checks it, I think I'm probably good. I don't want to bet though. I don't think I get much value from anything. Depends what he bets on the river. I might call. Yeah, he bets 850, and looks quite valuey, but I can't really not call there. And he did have ace 5, so I've got about 10 big blinds now, so I'm just going to be shoving pretty much or folding. I think with that 850 wasn't a bad call by me. It was marginal. Shame that he turned the nuts. Can't be shoving with his hand. So yeah, I hit a pretty decent turn, and I'm pretty happy to get this in 2 pair heads up. Hopefully he's hit like a queen 10 or something's nice. Oh, horrible river. Makes my 3 nothing. Now I've just got queen. So it's really horrible for me now. I've got to hold this, because if he's got any queen, it's not very nice. And that's not very nice over there. Oh, I guess it's best we didn't hit there. And that king heads up's fine to shove. So I think that was definitely a fold there, but it's such a shame that 7 came, because it just makes our 2 pair like really bad, because we now have 2 pairs with 7s and a really weak kicker. Ugh, 8-4 is probably not good enough to shove. Perfect. Oh, shame we didn't. Gonna go big here. Getting him out of a position, so I want to make a floppy heads up and easy for myself as possible. Out. He's got a pretty horrible weak short stack that he can shove me with me. He can shove on me with a lot. Another turn comes in, he's probably not calling with. Even if he had a 5, he'd probably still call. And we've got the odds to call that. Nothing on the river. Please say he's got a flush draw and got nothing, but no. He bets out, and I've got to fold. And king 4, this deep. Now it's suddenly gone to 200, 400. I'm now like just over 5 bigs deep. I've got to shove that. Nice flop. But again, just going to play it like I normally would with a C bet. So hopefully I don't pick up. Suddenly I check something like that. Again, king 7's decent enough. That's why limping's bad. He's just giving me free money there. 2-9 I can't play. 3-5's pretty horrible as well, but fortunately he folds. This way it's really important that you get your shoving ranges right, because it's just a case of maths and making sure you're shoving the right percentage of time. So I get a nice flop and we hold. He's half stacked, so I'm just going to call. If he was full stacked, I could probably raise that. I'm going to call this off if he shoves. The stacks we've got are pretty perfect for it. As he just limps, I'm going to shove myself. Get the top pair, I'm going to raise that. I think a lot of people like to call it like draws there. weaker tens. Looks quite bluffy as well for me. Yeah, there you go, weaker 10. And we hold. Perfect. Maybe got a bit lucky there, but a lot of people just like to call with, like, even with drawing hands there. Queen 7, I have to go with this. Why is this deep? See, you shouldn't be limping there. That's a really bad play. I'm sorry if you're watching, but that really is not a good play. You can't be limping at this stage. He's done it a lot of times. Just I'm picking up dead money off it from him. Yeah, no. Hopefully he limps again. I'll take a limp. Nope. So the shallower we are and the shallower he is, the wider I'm going to be shoving. But I don't want to be shoving things like 2-6 because he's just miles ahead. You know, even something like 7-2's ahead of me, which is just crazy. So we've gone up. He's now 4 bigs deep, and Jack is a fine hand to shove with. And he also seems fairly nitty, so he'll be folding a lot of hands. But no, Queen Jack, fair enough. Nothing I can do there. Standard all in. I'm just going to show this hand because I've got quads. Yeah, quads. No, not quads. Trips. What am I saying quads for there? Getting everyone excited. And he shoves that turn and got him think dead on the river. Yeah. So we win a nice pot there. I'm tempted to bet that turn. No, it's... no. Should have bet the turn, not the river. That was bad. Bad. See, taking my time is what I need to do. I'm just going to shove King 4, and he's going to be beat, which is frustrating. And wins that one. See, terrible play. He leads to 2 terrible plays. Should have won this. This is frustrating, but at least we cash, I guess, and it's not the usual game we play, so it's fine. Just a bit frustrating. I think I made a couple of decisions, and it just shows at this level, at this stage where you're both really shallow, that a couple of bad decisions can suddenly turn the game around. So disappointing, but at least we cash and we get one stage further by playing a sit and go to unlocking the reward bonus. I'm coming up to an hour there for this session, and I'm just going to stop it there. We've got to play a tournament to unlock this, which I'll probably do another day. I've got to play a 2-seat sit and go for 3 days in a row, so we'll play one tomorrow for sure. But for the time being, we're just going to leave that there. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, a subscribe. If you've got any questions, contact me, leave a comment. Apart from that, thanks for watching and goodbye.